Couldn't be any prouder of that football team. I mean, I don't know how they found a way. I really don't, but they did. They never quit. They never quit on each other. Something that every Mizzou fan should be extremely proud of. It wasn't perfect, wasn't clean, but man, those guys fight together. They represent everything good about Mizzou. Can't think of a better way to win homecoming. Brady gets hurt. Can't really find a rhythm. Defense just keeps us in the game. Hats off to Corey Batoon and that defensive side of the football. They never flinched, even after the muffed punt. Didn't flinch. Didn't feel sorry for themselves. Forced the missed field goal, and then offense answered. I want to say how proud I am of Drew Pine. Drew came in a very tough situation, let us down for that field goal, which ultimately is the difference in us winning right there. And I mean, for all the criticism that young man takes, 12 sure would die on that field for everybody. I mean, for him to be out there and put his body on the line for us is incredible, and it ought to be inspiring to everybody that watched it today. So I'll take questions.
I saw Brady, similar emotion to you after the game. He said, I love Mizzou. Yeah. What does it tell you about Brady that you already knew, I'm sure?
I already knew it. He'd rather, they took him to the hospital to look at to MRI the ankle and see, and he said he was over there. He just told the team, I gave him a game ball, and he told the team that in the hospital he realized I only got 2.5 games left at Fro Field. There's no way I'm spending it here in this hospital. So, yeah.
Eli, what was the conversation when he sprints back out on the field in the third quarter? I mean, did you have an idea what was the situation in the conversation?
They said they were going to warm him up in the indoor and see if he could go, and he did. He passed the test, and he came out, and I just said, can you really play? And he said, I'm going to go. I said, okay, well, it's your call. So,
Coach, what does it say about the fan base, him coming back on the field? Probably the loudest I've heard of cheer for
awesome.
This season.
Yeah, they were unbelievable.
And what does it say about your team's response and that ability to fuel the rest of your team for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I just think it was that energy we needed. The energy kind of died out. We weren't really playing good, couldn't really get into a rhythm, but he came back and gave us a spark. And that throw to Mookie, and then for Mookie to make the play, and just he stood in the pocket, made the best throw of it, so far this year. So really proud of the fans. Fans were awesome. Obviously, they stayed the whole game, got loud at the end, and helped us find a way to win.
How big a point is it, this point of the season, what you're facing for the rest of the year?
They're all important. They're all important, but you just keep stacking them up one by one. And at the end of the year, you look back on them. Obviously, for us, that means we're bowl eligible. I told the team this morning, everything we want's on the other side of this game if we can win, and whatever we got to do to win this game, find a way to do it. And they sure did. Boy, they did.
You like what happened on the Saturday night before the 17 plays, 95 yards? What was kind of the atmosphere around the side playing?
Well, we actually did a 2-minute drill Wednesday, and the whole conversation with us on our 2-minute drives have been we run out of downs more than we run out of time. So let's just find completions, just one play at a time. And he did. And even when we got the sack, found a completion, Luther, another great throw, and then 4th down, it just comes down to critical execution, and there was no doubt he was going to Luther.
Eli, obviously there's going to be a ton of focus on Brady, but for the last 9 yards of that drive to come on from a kid that hasn't had a whole lot of carries this season, what did Jamal do for you?
Yeah, so, Nate on the first drive hurt his foot. It's not broke, but we don't know how bad he wasn't able to go. And Jamal's always been kind of our 3rd down back, and so he's in the 2-minute drive. And we just said when we got down to the 10, we wanted to sneak a run, and we got the outside zone for the 1st down. We wanted to sneak another one so we could sub in the 11 personnel because there was, I think, 56 seconds left. So had plenty of time to get the right plays in, and Jamal just refused to be tackled.
Coach, a whole lot of talk about the offense. Obviously, that was an awesome drive at the end of the game. But defensively, that might have been the most complete game you guys have played all year. What do you like
think so?
from your defense?
I liked everything about it. They played, other than the one big play, they really contained the run game, which we knew was important. They hit the quarterback. I don't know what the numbers are on 3rd down because I left that in the deal, but they played really well. And Corey had a beat on what they were doing, and felt like he called a great game. And it just seemed like Eddie Kelly and Champ were all over the field today. So Marvin had the big play on third down on the quarterback run.
4
Huh?
4 and 14.
4 of 14. Yeah, we dominated them.
After that last touchdown, it looked like Brady went straight for Drew on the sideline, and they were celebrating.
Yeah.
together. What does that say about the brotherhood and their relationship? That just
Yeah, like I said, we're all proud of Drew. He came in a very difficult situation and played well enough to keep us in the game. Didn't put us in a bad spot at all, and so yeah, those guys just want to win in the locker room. They really don't care. They just want to win.
You lay on that last fourth down there to Luther. What was the play call there? And, how do you think that was redeeming for Luther at all?
Yeah, Luther's a this play mentality kind of guy. He really doesn't worry about it. So absolutely it was redeeming. But the play before, he caught it would have been a 15-yard pass over the middle. So he was trying to make a play right there. I'm not going to tell you what the play call is because we are a no-huddle offense. So.
Similarly to that one, before Mookie got that 78-yarder, he got a pass right before that. So how big is it for him to do that?
This play philosophy. Every play has a life of its own. Previous play doesn't matter. The final score doesn't matter. It's all about this play and giving us everything you got on this play. And that's the mindset of our team. We're never going to play perfect. We're going to play the best we can on this play.
Coach, how does an emotional win like this kind of build that wilderness brotherhood that you talked about?
Yeah, daggum right it will. It will. I mean, there's a lot of recruits here today in the locker room celebrating right now. There's a lot of toughness in that team. There's a lot of young guys in that team that haven't had a win like that before, and so they know they're never out of the fight. You're never out of the fight. Just got to keep swinging, and especially the response after what happened to us a couple weeks ago. For this team to find it and figure it out like that bodes well for the rest of the year.
Understand it just happened, but where's that drive rank among ones you've been around in your football career?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. We got quite a few since I've been here. We had the one against Arkansas with 37 seconds left. We had Florida 21. Obviously, we had Kansas State, Florida. Yeah, we've had a lot. So, yeah, it's another good one. Tough team, tough-minded team.
Brady said this week that he had been
The best he's been all year in practice.
He said that he's been dealing with some lower body stuff.
Yep.
That he was feeling better entering this game.
Yep.
Was what happened today kind of a re-aggravation of that, or was that something new?
I don't.
Been dealing with before?
Yeah, I don't know. He'd been beat up. So, but I don't know if it's continuation. It's on the right leg. I don't know if that was the same one that got dinged up at UMass or not on the first drive. So, I don't know that question. But he had his best week of practice, and when he came out throwing the ball the way he did, I knew we were ready.
Were you thinking touchdown bust on the final drive?
And I was just thinking one play at a time. Yeah, I mean, I knew we were going to score.
You've seen some gutsy moments of Brady Cook over the years.
You have?
Do you believe what you've just seen stack in the year a little bit?
No, I don't. I don't believe it. I mean, it's one thing to come back. It's another thing to be able to scramble for a couple of first downs, to move in the pocket and deliver accurate throws. I mean, number one characteristic of an elite quarterback is toughness, and that dude's got it written all over him.
Coach, how did you see the energy on the sideline change when Brady came running out of time?
That's their guy, man. I mean, they just picked him up in the locker room, celebrated with him. That's their guy. They believe in him more than anybody else. We all do. In this building, nobody doubts that guy.
Any other questions for Coach?
And hopefully nobody else will. Hopefully we'll get over that bull crap.
Coach, going back to last year's Auburn game against Florida and then this game, what about Brady's attitude do you see of him on the field that just, carries him to be able to bring the team back in situations that look very dire at the time?
They know how hard he works. They know he's put in the preparation. They know he's put in the time. And at the end of the day, you're never going to be perfect, right? There's going to be failures, but everybody's going to be able to lay their head on their pillow knowing that he did his best to give us a chance. And when somebody does that, you want to lay it on the line for them. And they just raise their level of competitive spirit.
Coach, I was really trying to get that nasty taste out of your mouth from the last time we played this team, and it was close at the end.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. When it was 17-14, I thought it was a bad dream again because that was the same score as last time. And for us to find a way to go back and finish the game, pretty special. Pretty special.
There were some comments made from you, Freeze, this week about, kind of complimentary toward you, but it seemed like it was maybe a comment on the talent on the roster. Did that get to your all's locker room, and did you guys hear that at all? Did the
No.
players talk about that?
Nope.